Not good. That's it. Officially COVID day one. Probably going to be in bed most of the day, and then this week I'll be able to run through how to try and stay motivated while not being able to leave the house, which I really struggle with because I really like being in bed. And so this week's going to be really tough for me, especially considering I've just started getting back to the gym. So I mean, this is sort of perfect, isn't it, to sort of run you through how easy and how hard it's going to be to stay motivated and to train and to deal with these things. Because most people would look at this and go, right, that's it, I can't do it now. I'm just going to sit here for another week and I'm going to do nothing and eat loads of food. And it's like, yes, but we can try and do some stuff. We can try. So this is all going to be about staying motivated while staying inside. COVID day one, actually physically having COVID is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't feel very well at all, and I suppose with just any illness you just got to take medication, sit down and just wait for it to all blow over. So that's what I'm going to be doing today and probably tomorrow, is just waiting for this all to blow over, and just because I'm not feeling very well, I'm just going to spend a couple of days in bed and just do what my body needs it to do. If it needs food, I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to worry about anything. And this, there's no point worrying about your weight and your goals and stuff. Just get better and then worry about it. Worry about getting better first. And that transcribes to anything. If you've got a physical ailment or a mental ailment, fix the ailment first, and then you have full physical and mental ability to be able to smash your goals as hard as you physically can. So that's probably going to be me. I'm probably going to link this in with the last day of my COVID, because I have nothing to do, absolutely nothing. So yeah, I'd make it a little bit more interesting and have it link in with the last day of COVID as well. Absolutely everything changes when we have to stay inside for a long period of time. So for the next 6 days, I'm going to be taking you through what I think is the best method of fighting off hunger, and staying motivated, because it's so easy to just sit and do nothing. I am guilty of that. It's currently 12:20 and I've procrastinated all morning filming this because I've just been sat down, because it's, you look around and you think, well, what am I going to do today? What can I do today? So look at your total isolation period and think, right, plan it out. If you're really, really ill, obviously you can't do anything. That's fair enough. If you're like me at all in the slightest, and it's just been a couple of days feeling really ill, or you aren't particularly ill at all, for me, my head's throbbing, so I'm going to avoid the gym, because that's just going to pump the blood, and it's just not beneficial to my recovery process, I don't think, at this point. So as I'm still on medication for headaches and migraines, and I'm getting piercing like daggers behind my eyes, I just thought, let's just leave the gym for the next couple of days, which prolongs everything. But like I keep saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So don't worry too much. This is what you have to think. You have these 6 days to get everything in order, so that when you start smashing the gym and you're allowed back out, and you might not even go to the gym, you might be out on your push bike, whatever you're able to go and do, you're ready for it. So today, for me, it's meal prep, consistent meal prep, and then tomorrow I've got my pilot's license exam for my drone, and then I've got, I'm hoping by that point I will be able to get in the gym. I've got my gym here, so I'm going to get out and try and do some workouts done. Very little cardio I can do apart from skipping. If I want to skip for a few hours every day, I might skip. I've got the battle rope here, so I might do some really heavy skipping, but again, it's quite hard on the head and it's hard on my knees. So have to wait and see how I feel about that. Probably a later on kind of feel when I get really restless around 3 or 4 o'clock is probably bash out an hour skipping or so. But yeah, other than that, just keeping it really chill, keeping it really calm, just sort of consistently doing something all day and not staying up really late, still setting an alarm, you know, still keeping that sort of mindset of I have something to do even though I can't leave the house today. So it's just keeping that sort of mindset of, you know, get up, do something, don't fall into a rut, don't get, oh, you know, something that I have done in the past that I can see how easy it is to do. If you've just had a month off like I have, and now unfortunately I've caught coronavirus at possibly the worst physical time I could have done in terms of getting back in the gym, is to just say, oh, you know, I can't do it, you know, it's a sign, blah, blah, blah. And it's so easy to get so unmotivated so quickly because of some of the things that happen in your life. These things are completely out of your control. Granted, if I hadn't have gone out on New Year's, then I might not have caught it. But who says I caught it then? What I'm trying to say is don't let external factors in your life get in the way of your internal drive to make a change. You want to make a change for the benefit of yourself and the benefit of those around you. So just, you don't even have to pause that. If you think you've got to mentally make that shift. So over the next 6 days, you can make the mental shift so that you're scratching at the door ready to get out and get in the gym or get out on your push bike or get out and go for that run. Whatever it may be, whatever your vice is for fitness, whatever makes you want to make the change to better yourself as a human being, fantastic. You know, think about the running routes, the cycle rides you want to do over the next few days. Plan some out. You know, look at GPS routes of different things. You're at home, most likely got Wi-Fi. So it's, you know, it's quite easy to plan these things out and look at these things. You know, you might be able to find a holiday that you want to go on in a couple of months and you can save up for that or whatever. You know, you have these 6 days. Don't look at them from a holiday from work. Look at them more as, right, this is my time to work on myself and work on myself and what I want to do in future. When you have a week off from work, that is a week off from work. You need that time to digest, to relax. A lot of people, like myself included, if I have a long period of time off of work, I probably will have some time off of the gym as well to have a full mental and physical just relaxation of everything. And it is really, really nice to do that. But now I'm almost frustrated because I'm so excited to get into the gym and now I can't. But I'm going to use that frustration to push me through the next couple of days where I would be bored and unmotivated, not want to do anything, to get me out of bed, to get me in the kitchen, to get me cooking some really good healthy food. You know, because that's what I plan to do, because I like meal prepping months in advance. So if I can create 4 or 5 like massive Tupperware pots of food that I can whack in the freezer, and then I like microwave meals. Basically, I don't like microwave meals. That's a weird statement to say, but my meals are pretty much all microwavable because I'm a very busy man. I do not have time to sit in the kitchen for 2 hours every day and cook and then wash up and subsequently pack it away. So I basically spend one day, granted I spend a whole day from like, last time I did this, I spent from 11 o'clock in the morning up until 5 o'clock in the evening just cooking. I don't do anything else this day. However, then I don't necessarily have to do any big cooking for the next month. So I do main meals and second lunch. So I eat 4 to 5 times a day. And that's primarily what I base it off of, the big hearty meals at the end. So anything that needs to be made fresh, obviously I do make fresh. When I wasn't vegan, it was eggs and bacon, spinach, tomatoes on bagels, absolute staple, absolutely love that. Another one is just eggs and avocado on toast, absolutely fantastic. Some of my vegan options, French toast, you know, and vegan burgers. I don't know why, I just, for some reason, vegan burgers in the morning time just work a treat. I just absolutely love them. And then it's always a sandwich for me at lunchtime, which again has to be made fresh, peanut butter jam sandwich of some description. with a protein bar maybe, or something. So, and then the big meals I make at night time, big curries or big pies, like whatever it may be, massive stir fries, massive one pot baked meals as well. So sometimes I can have 2 or 3 or 4 meals on the go at one time. And sometimes I'll have some of these meals throughout the day. So I might make myself one meal in the morning time, but then really can't bother to cook. So I'll just sort of make do with what I've got and just have 3 of the meals that I might not want to eat, but because I can't be bothered to cook, they are the healthy alternative that is there waiting for me, rather than phoning my local takeaway or ordering in, or quickly running down to Sainsbury's and buying some really quick high calorie food option like a pizza, because I can't bother to cook. So you have to know yourself a little bit. You have to think about what is going to be more beneficial to you. If you like fresh food all the time, you like cooking, you like cleaning, absolutely fine, that's awesome for you. You have that time, then do it. All of my meals can be made fresh, and absolutely they're better fresh, obviously. But if you're also busy, you've got kids, you've got a life, you're a single parent, you have 3 or 4 jobs, whatever it is, there is an answer for it, and I've got an answer for everything. So I wouldn't worry too much, and just the trick is, when isolating, is to not just sit down and eat all the bloody food, which is something I'm extremely guilty of. It's having the willpower to say, no, I'm not hungry, I don't need that. And then we move on to more appetite suppressants and stuff. But if you want any really detailed advice, join my plan, Mind and Body Fitness. Okay, so I have been searching for the footage for a long time, and I did not touch very much on appetite suppressors and actually how to suppress hunger when you're inside like this. So obviously the top thing to be suppressing hunger in a situation like this is water. If I'm going to be brutally honest, water is one of the best things for appetite suppressants. It helps with digestion. It tricks the mind into thinking you're more full than you actually are. And then you can drink too much water. So I have a really weak bladder, unfortunately, and I do not want to be pissing a million times a day, because I do that, unfortunately. And especially through this week, I was all the time. I was just every 5 minutes I was up in the toilet. But on the flip side to that, if you're drinking more and you're getting up more and you're going to the toilet more, you're subsequently burning more calories. And on a week like this, it's very hard to burn calories. Like I said, I had a throbbing headache, I had daggers behind my eyes, so I didn't really want to skip very much, and that was primarily the only source of cardio that I could do, because what else can you do if you're sat inside? You can skip inside, you can skip outside. If it's raining or not raining, there's always that way to do it. So I had the battle rope, and in the later stages, on the last couple of days, I was getting out, because every 10-minute skip on the battle rope equals about a half an hour walk. So that is what I ended up doing on the later stages of having COVID. The other fantastic thing is energy drinks, 0 sugar energy drinks. They are between 10 and 20 calories per pot. I do not recommend having more than 1 a day, because they're really bad for your liver and your health, generally speaking, but they are really good at suppressing appetite. Don't just guzzle it all in one. Try and make it last half hour, 45 minutes, an hour maybe, especially the bigger ones as well. I drink the little ones when I'm ready to get up and get training, so I can drink it quite quickly within 20 minutes, half an hour. Whereas if you have one of those big litre cans of Monster, that would take me sometimes 2 hours to drink, which then in between meals you can do that. On top of that, it's about the types of food that you eat. Do not eat your normal high calorie meals. Make sure you're having really, really low calorie meals, salads, chicken breast. Try and stay away from carbs, because at the end of the day, what are you doing to need those carbs? Unless you are getting up and getting the workouts in, then situate your carbs around the workout, and then try and fast in the morning. I can't fast, never have been able to. I always end up throwing up. I literally just throw up, and I throw up nothing because I'm so hungry, but I'm just there at the side. I'll never forget,
the time I tried to fast, and I said to myself, no, you're doing it, the end of story. So I ended up having like 2 or 3 black coffees in the morning, going to work, drinking about a litre of water on the way to work. I woke up at 7, and then by 8:30 I was in Asda car park throwing up, out the van door. And it was awful. My dad looked at me and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I haven't eaten anything." And he goes, "That won't make you throw up." And I was like, I don't know what it is then. I mean, if it isn't that, I have no idea what it is. So, you know, if you do what your body needs you to do, at the end of the day, you are ill, you do have COVID, so you need to think about what your body needs. Your body needs good, nutritious foods to be able to kick the diet, to be able to kick the infection off. So you need to be giving your body what it needs to fight the infection, rather than just sitting down and eating bags of M&Ms or peanut butter jam sandwiches. Yeah, they're the things you want, they're the things you normally eat, but especially in a week, there is no point going and gaining 5, 6, 10 pounds in a week just because you're ill. I did gain weight through this week, but it really wasn't that much at all. I think I gained all of about 2 pounds, because I just ate very, very little. Especially when I get ill, I really, really struggle to eat. So I just don't bother, if I'm going to be honest. Drink water, I drank so much tea in this time, and having no percentage fat milk as well, so completely skimmed milk or almond milk of some description. Almond milk is much better for you than cow's milk. So things like that. Do you know what I mean? It does really just take some common sense. Like, you're not doing anything, you don't need to eat loads of food at the end of the day. Yes, your body is used to eating loads of food, so still give it lots, like big meals. Like I say, salads, have a half kilo of salad. I know that sounds silly, but when I make my salads, I have it in a fruit bowl because they're so big. Just load a whole bag of spinach in there. You have like half a lettuce. You drizzle loads of low calorie like mayonnaise and barbecue sauce, or like no sugar barbecue sauce, no sugar tomato sauce, whatever your vibe is. Fill it with vegetables, peppers, onions, cucumber, tomatoes, chicken breast, loads, mushrooms as well. And then you can have hot or cold salads as well if you want to. Soup is another good thing as well. That's really, really nutritious for our bodies. So it is, I would think it's quite simple to do that. Obviously, like I said, join my team and I can tell you these things. I mean, I run a very, very in-depth client relationship with all of my clients. They'll come to me, this has happened this week, this has happened next week, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, we can change this, we can change that, and this is what I recommend until you're better, until you're fixed, blah blah blah. Toward the end of the week, I was able to get out and get more workouts in. I tried to stay as mobile as physically possible by getting up and cleaning my motorbike and doing just as much as I could while staying inside. The wet weather caused a problem. Me being ill caused a problem. Me being not allowed outside caused a problem. But that didn't stop me being motivated and getting on doing stuff. I didn't sit down every single day and watch films. I think for the first 2 days, I was genuinely in bed because I was really, really ill. Like I said, throbbing headache, daggers. I was having cold sweats at night time. I just felt poop, absolutely poop. But in those 2 days, I lost loads of weight because I didn't eat anything, absolutely nothing. Well, when I say nothing, I mean extremely, extremely little. I think the biggest meal I had was my bagels, my bacon and egg bagels. But then that was it. And then I was having salads and just little bits and bobs. I was sleeping 12 hours a day. I wasn't doing anything. But then the second that pain subsided, the second all of my issues sort of went away, I was able to do more physically, mentally, do more. And that's the thing, when my head was throbbing, I couldn't think about anything, but with the second that went, I was able to get up and do more, which was fantastic. Like I said, I had my drone pilot's exam, which I got and I did done. I was able to edit loads of videos. I was able to work on the website. I was able to work on all of my online stuff. And that's I'm sure if you have personal goals in your life to better yourself and to become something that you want to be, or someone that you want to be, you will have things to do. So try not to procrastinate and not do those things. You need to get up, get out of bed. Like I said, I was still setting alarms when I felt better. I was still keeping my routine in place. Don't fall into a rut. It is that simple. Just don't fall into a rut. Don't get used to doing nothing. Again, like I said, I was just off the back of having a complete month off the gym, so it's very easy to fall into that whole I'll just keep doing nothing and I'll just keep eating what I want. I believe I said it in the last video, once you've made that psychological change to benefit yourself and to change your life, keep doing that. And the more you do it, the better you'll feel about yourself and the more you'll want to do it. And this was the perfect testing time for anybody, especially for me, to prove to myself and to prove to everybody else that I am making that change. I am, no matter what happens, I am making that change and I am going to do it. So yeah, I think this is the best sort of test for anybody, especially with depending on your country. My mate in Australia has just had COVID and he had to stay inside for 14 days. He was rid of COVID within 4 or 5, but had to stay isolated for 14. So, and he did nothing. He ate what he wanted to eat and he did absolutely nothing for 14 days. And that's something that I don't necessarily agree with, because, especially if you feel fine, if you do live streams on Xbox, try and get as many of those in as possible, really make an impact into what you're trying to do. These little changes, and it will prove to yourself mainly that you are making the change and you are benefiting yourself, and that's the best thing to do.
Just done my first of 2 COVID tests to end off the week, and it's looking like I am negative. So I have to have 2 negative tests within a 24-hour period, and then I'm allowed back out again. So it's going to be quite nice, actually, sort of being able to do stuff, and it's also going to give me the motivation to think about everything I want to do and everything I've not been able to do since I've been inside the house. So getting back to the gym is top priority, 150%. I haven't been able to see my grandparents over Christmas, so I might give it a couple more days and then go see them. And yeah, just sort of get back on it, be able to go back outside and see people. I'm going to go for a run, going to get the dog for a run, cycle rides. Got to go fly my drone. I'm too excited to go fly my drone somewhere. And yeah, so that'll be good fun today. A little bit more exciting than doing absolutely nothing. Now, lockdown is going to be extremely boring. So I'm going to try and keep as outside as physically possible. It has not been particularly nice weather today. It's extremely wet, just everywhere. But being outside again, it's just amazing for mental health. So I'm going to try and do something actually outside today and clean my motorbike. I think that's going to be the goal. Get a workout in. Other than that, just keep it really chilled. There's very little you can do, so don't try and force yourself to do something. I've got work to do and different bits and bobs, but I'm just going to be keeping it really chill, watch a couple of movies. I've got lots of planning to do. guys. So I realised upon editing this that there's me not ending out at all in the slightest. So I hope you took something positive away from this video, and I hope you tune in for next week's video. If you need any personalised training programs, please do not hesitate to hit up the website. Follow me on all social media, like and follow. You know what to do. I don't need to say it.